Hello, welcome or welcome back to those of you who have been viewing this you versus them. This is the part 2 of this message where we're going through all the signs. The part 1 of today's video has the signs of Aries through Virgo. So that's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo are all in the part 1. And this is all based upon today's daily Dharma, but it is a standalone reading as well for you and timeless, geared for all of the collective. So take all of the messages or just one of the messages, whatever resonates, and leave the rest. So today's daily Dharma, I don't want to go through too much. I will recap real quick if you don't want to go through that whole thing. It was a very long hour and 17 minutes. It's all about a breakthrough in self-belief, encountering your emerging magical capacity for creating miracles through your own sense of divine universal love, unconditional love, breaking through the barriers of self-imposed limitations, externally projected limitations, and spiraling out of that into this new beginning where we're breaking through the mask and allowing the universe to dictate where we go from here. How much can I help and serve the universe by first serving myself? Yes, letting go of the past and walking the path with God's source, spirit, universe, the divine, whatever, your higher self, however you come into your magic. It's all on the table. So there we go. This Two of Cups has been a frequent flyer today, and unfortunately so has the Five of Wands. So there's been combative energy, and somebody's leaving the combative nature behind and fighting only for love now. So fighting for love is counterintuitive, but there's a new commitment here, celebration, revelry on the desk, and beginning to stand up for ourselves, stand firm in our power, and be that fiery, magnetic, charismatic individual who's walking in their own path. So here we go. Let's get into Libra. All right, Libra, what is going on for you? Some King of Swords energy popping up real quick there. Somebody's feeling like they have a lot to say or standing firm in their truth or judgment. Whether that's you or someone else, let's just see, Libra. Ending a chapter with grace and beauty. Let's see, your intuition is high, your emotional capacity is high. Ooh, but there's a Tower. So, what is it for Libra? Libra, what you got going on? Show me Libra's energy. There we go. So we have the backside of the Empress, which is one of the cards for Libra. The Empress coming out with the Six of Swords, taking a bit of a retreat from something that has hurt you or wounded you in the past and doing your healing work, your internal journey. Underneath the desk, or I always say desk, deck. This is the Nine of Wands. And it's the wounded warrior coming back home after having gone off on their journey or going out to war. They're a veteran of all of these previous experiences, and they have a lot of solar plexus energy here. They've used their will for both wounding and for healing. And they're putting this old self to death. The parts that need to be, right? Oh, Chariot wants to fall out, okay. So here on the other side, underneath the deck, we have this Five of Pentacles, really feeling guilty or hanging your head, feeling like you should be further ahead monetarily, or that maybe there's some kind of scarcity, not enough relationships, or the relationships that you do have aren't how you would wish them to be. In order for you to see the potential and the insights of the Hermit that sheds light on the truth, you need to lift your head up from hanging it down here and sorrow and tears, Libra, and move ahead with this beautiful determination to, yeah, I'm seeing that healing. See that hermetic symbol, what is the name of that alchemical symbol? It's Hermes. Uh-oh, I saw my screen freeze for a minute. I hope that you're getting all these screen. Maybe you're feeling like something has interrupted your progress, but this is definitely a Leo Cancer energy of coming out of your shell and moving forward with strength and determination and dedication. On the backside, you see she's making her own way here. She's creating the bridge and burning the bridge behind her, perhaps, and breaking through the old chains. And there's some type of riddle, that black and white. There's a riddle here that has had to be answered. It's like the shadow and the light aspects of our own self, and being able to see through that very clearly into our own spiritual warrior essence, and gathering that all forward and in stride, I want to say. So yeah, leaving this all behind and starting on a new quest, a new journey. Yeah, it's like you're going somewhere. Are you moving, or are you getting in your car and leaving something behind? My head is literally buzzing when I'm saying this. And it could be going to do battle, going to a court, or going to negotiations, or going into something where you have to present yourself, like a job interview or meeting somebody for the first time. But it's going to take that self-belief and that transitioning of, yeah, gathering all of your strength, is believing in your shadow as well as in your light to show you the way forward. Okay. And then the Ten of Cups is popping out. So this can be family, and it can be partnership here, because I'm seeing this reunion between soulmates. And then what do we have here under the deck? The Queen of Wands, and then the Six of Wands. And on this side, you're seeing more of what it took for the Six of Wands individual to reach this point of winning. It's like you had to endure the war. You had many people coming at you and trying to wound or take or injure you for whatever reason, but that has no bearing on your character as an individual. But there's this soulmate energy under here as well. And this guy always looks disapproving, like, are you still out? You better go to bed. It's past your bedtime. But it's like this energy of, you're not the boss of me. However that is. So somebody is seeing you getting all the cups, getting all the love, getting all the attention, and they're standing back with their face. So Libra, you may feel like you're being watched by some disapproving energies here while you win, but you earned this, especially with this side. It's not like success and love was all just thrown at you while you were being a jerk and egomaniac. No, this took blood, sweat, and tears, and you have worked for every inch that you received here. So anything else? The Star and the Moon. Check out the connection between the two energies. They're both facing us and doing their work in the dark, connecting with the moon and the stars to heal and to uplift and to use that moon energy to unlock our magic. And we don't need to be seen doing our magic for it to take place. So believe in the power and potential of your energy. And I'm seeing that, those Egyptian birds again with the long curvy beak. Is it an ibis, or I'm hearing Anubis also? Isn't that the Egyptian god of death? The bird god of death? We'll see. All right. So what's going on for Libra? Intensity does not equal intimacy. So when people bring their drama, that doesn't mean that you're a bonded connection. Drama is, oh, I see the Aries card is flipped in the deck with rebel, black sheep. Yeah, Aries like to go their own way. And they're leaving this drama and mood swing behavior all behind themselves and willing to walk their own path. This whole sleuth fell out. Romantic adventure, material concerns, walking away, I never told you, single parent, copycat, anything you can do, I can do better, follower, diamond code activation, and power couple. Interesting. And a whole lot more down there, but let's get just some precise messages because that was literally like half the deck. So Libra, you may have felt set apart, and you may have had a lot of intense situations and a lack of intimacy and bonding in your early life here, and that has caused you to really tune into your own authentic self in a very different way, where you felt, well, if I am always alone and isolated and I can do it myself, then I don't need anyone and I'm going to walk my own path. And other people that don't have the wherewithal to do that become envious. They don't know how you can feel so confident or courageous by yourself to be able to blaze this path by yourself. Excuse me. But it's because of the trials that you've faced. If you've always walked alone through this intensity and have not had this intimacy, perhaps that's part of the burden that you've worn, is not understanding how to draw others in or share the journey in that deep, profound way. But I'm sensing with this 10 of Cups energy, you are finding a soulmate energy that has walked a similar path, maybe quite different and opposed to the exact situations, but the two of you are finding each other, and there's this beautiful rainbow coming in. Yeah, shifting your focus away from what wasn't working and away from this I'll do it all by myself energy, and back into I really do want bonding. I really do want to pour myself into something profound and healing, and to walk this path with another. All right, what else for Libra? Trauma bonding in the past. We already talked about that. May have been with somebody that has been a Capricorn, a Scorpio, or a Leo. All three of these coming out at once. And is there a common denominator? Let's see. That's a water, earth, and a fire sign. These may be prominent placements in your chart, or they may be family members or frenemy energies that have been in your life. But yeah, cutting free of bondage to materialism and appearances and the facade energy, and getting into the depths of the core of who and what you are, to unleash that. Somebody's thinking of you all day. Ooh, I think of you all day with psychic attack. Cutting cords, release, give and take, sharing and overcompensation, inequity. Yeah, somebody's coming at you. So you'll know who this is. I definitely know who I'm thinking of. And they've chronically gaslit you and tried to emotionally manipulate you, but looking deeper into the situation and taking a chance. Young females here, 1111 twin flame, romantic adventure, 2222 coming to see you. So don't allow anyone to sabotage your blessings or get inside your head any longer here. Definitely there's this very strong urge to cut free of those old situations because you have something incredible coming in. You may have even had false twins in the past that have continued to be different octaves of the same psychic attack, the same trauma bonding as your deep past. And moving beyond that, you're able to, as soon as you cut ties with those things and believe in the power of yourself, anybody who's creeping on you is going to be seen for who they are. So, yeah, could be a Sagittarius that wasn't at their best learning their lessons, but it says green light for you. How beautiful it is for you to remain silent when another anticipates your rage. So this may have put you into your own head, but this other individual likes a lot of attention. They were trying to get a reaction from you. They like a lot of attention. They're a fire side, but they're doing it in the wrong way. And they're creeping on you, trying to push in on your blessings and block your blessings, and it just can't be done. You are protected, Libra. So know that you are protected and provided for. And if you need a little bit of assistance, you may love to use something like the Evil Eye, which is a return to sender essence. There's communication possibly coming in from a King of Pentacles, somebody who is secure, abundant, material security. And yeah, they see your beauty and your sensuality and the way that you're balancing things and playing for the crowd here, and they want to be part of your world. Disney. What are you doing here, Disney? All right, that's what I have for you, Libra. Good luck with that. Make sure to keep protecting yourself from those hater energies. Don't buy in to that intensity. Sometimes the best response is no response, especially if it's a narcissistic energy, because all they want is your attention and your response. And if you starve them, then they'll have to reduce themselves again and again to make a bigger display and a bigger display, making themselves look like a bigger jack than they already appear to be. Or they'll have to find another scapegoat. So take care of yourselves, Libra. All right, moving on. Let's get some Scorpionic energy in the cards. Scorpio, what are you feeling? I'm getting a chill across the back of my heart and down my arms. Do you feel a certain way as well? Something troubling, traumatic, a message of concern. Somebody being deceptive. Oh, we've got the moon on one side, and as I said deceptive, I looked and there's the backside of the devil. So with the moon, I'm getting that you are incredibly intuitive. I'm getting a high priestess vibe, but somebody wants you to drink this Kool-Aid. They're like, oh, here's this gift I brought you, and oh, do you want this food? Oh, I don't like delivering these messages, but if you go out to a bar, don't take any drinks. And if you know somebody's a hater, don't take a cookie from them. It might be laced with laxative. I don't know what. I mean, it's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, somebody wants to wreck your plans or something, Scorpio. I don't like that at all. So who is coming at you with this? So interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing this Page of Pentacles as you beginning a new start, a new life, ready to walk forward with a new presentation, or like, ooh, look at this thing that I've created, and bringing it forward and wanting to show it to the world. Look at this beautiful thing that I've created. And behind your back, I see somebody that's not happy. Baby raccoons in my ceiling still talking. But yeah, look at this person that's like, oh, well, my tree doesn't look as abundant as that other one. I'm just going to sit here and feel bad about it. So I'm feeling like here you first got your first pentacle ready to go and ready to harvest. And this person here has 7 pentacles on the bush here, but they're still unhappy and wanting to somehow come after what you've got. So then I'm seeing here we've got the Star card again, and this time with the Hierophant on the back. And so I already said I was feeling that High Priestess, and now we've got the High Priest. So I'm sensing that you're protecting your family here. This may be somebody who is not, they don't have your best interest at heart, clearly, but you're invoking your power of protection, and you're drawing upon the powers that be to protect yourself, your family, your home, and you're releasing this. Yes, I'm seeing you doing some spiritual practices under the starlight, under the moonlight, which is a very great time for you to be doing anything anyways, because of that south node being in your sign. Whenever we have moon cycles, particularly the ecliptic time frames, Scorpio is being asked to release anything that does not serve and to continue to invest in themselves, in their higher path and purpose. So I'm sensing that somebody wants to come in, or you're connecting deeply with somebody who is on your side here. Maybe a family member, but maybe somebody who wants to charge forward here, to cut through the illusion of being trapped or caged, to reach for the abundance that's theirs coming in. But and here, okay, here again, I'm seeing this, you lifting up that pentacle that is growing from the page into the ace, that new beginning that you're like in the middle of your garden and beginning to show this to other individuals. And then right behind that, look at this individual with the 6 pentacles, masterminding and trying to micromanage and look down on the scene below. Yeah, there's definitely something here. And then that leaves the 3 of Wands. And 3 of Wands looks like somebody who's showing you the way forward. It's like, leave that behind here, let me show you the way. It's like, are you some sort of a shepherd of some type? Are you healing or helping a group of individuals, or connecting with a group of individuals, and you're about to take some type of a journey, or it's like I'm hearing Mecca or Messiah, or somebody who's leading people across an arid desert. Tension, senses peaked, feeling wound up about an instant attraction. Healing, I want to kiss you, true north, I feel you're my destiny, loyalty, with mood swing and demon slayer, leader, entrepreneur, trendsetter, boss, joy, I want to marry you, after grief and depression. So yeah, there's there's a lot of emotional dynamism coming up that's having you kind of swaying your sense of stability and your belief in yourself here. This may be ancient history at this time, but it's making you feel tense that this person is watching and waiting for you to fall. So your senses are peaked and you're feeling wound up, but if you stay in that state, you will bat away the gifts and blessings coming in, wanting you to receive. Introvert, going into yourself. I like lots of attention, action, fire, healing. So if you've gone into severe introversion because of feeling this external pressure, but you really want attention and action and fire, maybe it's time for you to reach into other pools of people and resources so that you're with the right tribe that has your best interests at heart. All right, Scorpio. Golden light code activation. So radiate and express. This is the opposite of that introverted stance. I feel like you have come into yourself for some type of rejuvenation, a need for healing, but you really miss the attention and the activity and the awesomeness of being connected with other people and their dynamic input into your life. But golden light code activation is getting back out there, having the self-belief in whatever you bring to the table. So take the time to recognize when you're feeling tense and wound up. It creates stress and pressure and shallow breathing, and that's not healthy. So whenever you need to take a pause and unwind, tap into your breathing. Count slowly as you breathe in and hold at the top, and then slowly release and breathe and count down, and just concentrate on a mundane sound or nature sounds or just the breath or just the count until you can feel nothing except just the ebb and flow of your breath. Getting into nature, grounding and hydrating, cleansing and clearing your energy for the highest possible good. Even though Scorpio is the release on the south node right now, you still have so much to offer. And this cleansing and clearing, you are also a gift. And the more that you cleanse and clear, the higher that your ascension takes you. I tell you, after you've been talking for about 3 hours, you surely need a drink. So I don't know if you're doing a lot of talking, but yeah, the more healing, the more tears, whatever you're going through, there's a need to hydrate. Water is life. All right, Scorpio. Best wishes on your journey as well. As you ride out the south node, there's going to be a lot of letting go and release. And release is divine. It creates the vacuum that calls in all of your abundance and all of your blessings and all of those situations that you're ready for. So don't fear death. Don't fear the reaper. Lots of musical coming through today. All right, Sagittarian energy now. Moving into Sagittarius. I'm feeling that shift. I'm feeling a panic. Like the ground is disintegrating beneath the feet and there's a need to dance, the truth coming out. Perhaps a reunion. Making a decision. All right, Sag. Oh. So the ground beneath your feet disintegrating. We have the Chariot on the front side, but what I was seeing when I said that was this card. Look at how the material is giving way to the cosmic influx. It's like the tower moment where the material is reduced to rubble right beneath your feet. So an unexpected situation or development has come to pass, and you want to charge forward in some way, but there's a fear here of falling flat on your face or something. And then we have this Eight of Swords energy here, feeling caged and stuck while you want to move. It's like that, it's definitely that tower energy. Yeah, and then we have this decision, talking to the moon, talking it over with the moon or the moon mother, ancestors. And then this soulmate energy, past life influence energy. And I'm seeing again this figure up here always to me looks disapproving and is holding themselves up on this high ground and looking down on you. So you're moving away from something as it's crumbling beneath your feet, either this tower energy where you thought something was structurally secure. Maybe all of a sudden out of nowhere your employer is like, oh hey, P.S. we filed bankruptcy and everybody's out of a job this week. But as tough as that may feel for you right now, everything is always conspiring in our favor. Even troubling situations are here to unlock the next step of our journey and unlocking our fate. If we've been in a comfortable position for way too long and not taking risks, or silently not really loving our job and wishing that there was more, but wait, there's more. Your wish is the universe's command. And if you have been unwilling to change for your own highest good, the universe comes in and reduces those illusions down to rubble so that the cosmic flow of your life can take hold. So then we also had this Four of Pentacles coming out in the reverse and the back side. So there's a lot of nostalgia here, and look at all those towers. So holding tightly just to a sinking ship or a crumbling tower here. All of the elements are on the board here. You can see these symbols here. Those triangles are the four material elementals: earth, air, fire, water. And so it's talking about as much as you would cling to the illusion of security or comfort, whether it's a relationship or a job or a role that you've played that is falling away, that the elementals are, it's like taking Legos in a beautiful build and accidentally dropping it and everything falls apart and you're like, oh, it took me forever to make that. Well, they're literally building blocks. And so what do you do but rebuild? You rebuild with something that's more relevant, more resonant. Oh, I saw 3333 on the clock there. So it's about ascending into your own mastery, your own skill set. And if you've been in a job that didn't have much to offer you, or a relationship that was ultimately a little unfulfilling or massively disappointing, then you're being faced with a new opportunity. Not quite evident what it holds yet, or whether it has longevity or not, but this new offer is coming in for us to check out and to assess. So we've got here Nine of Swords, worry, anxiety, sleepless nights, grief, depression, and anxiety are definitely here. And it's somebody who doesn't know which way to go, doesn't know how and why things happened the way that they did. They might not feel like they have enough if this job ends. It's like a jail cell with that cold brick wall and the brick floor and the single blanket, and then the Long John's type outfit there. And on the other side, Three of Wands. There's a guide here, like the spirit universe is leading us forward. It's like, see this new offer coming across. Instead of staring at the rubble or the closed door or the relationship or job or title that's giving way, see this as an opportunity to pursue what you haven't been able to indulge in and enjoy in the past. And you're being shown signs, so don't stare at the rubble, but look around for that invitation. Every time the universe takes something away, it offers up so many more opportunities. And this individual is leading the way. They've got this lighted staff here with all these sacred light codes on it. So if you've been somebody who has already been dealing with your spiritual journey for some time, you have all of the gifts. The elementals are in the building blocks that are sitting at your feet. So yeah, you might not have this job, but you have all of the experience that came with that job. That title is still on your resume. And if it's a relationship, you may not have that individual anymore, but you have all of those memories for good or for bad. And so as you retell that story to yourself, don't lie to yourself and quit justifying it if it's not what you thought it was going to be. So let's get a little bit more here. So Sagittarius, there are signposts here and invitations that will help you to get out of your head, but you need to move forward instead of being caught up in whatever you were preoccupied with. There was something here that you were staying blind to, whether it was your dissatisfaction with a relationship or job, or your feeling of being caged and bound to some type of responsibility that is now going away, because it may be time for you to experience more freedom. It may be time for you to experience new love. What is it for Sag? Toxic friend or family member. So reverse these roles if you need to. I'm just seeing you moving away from something and letting the pieces fall where they may, because it's the witnessing of the loss of control, the surrendering to just witnessing what needs to happen, and witnessing, it may even be witnessing someone's downfall. Like maybe this boss or this other individual cheated or lied in some type of a way. Single parent coming out, and they have their own karma to contend with, but there's definitely the need to surrender control, and to move forward, to witness that no one can bind you up and hold you back. When you're on the right path, the way is made clear. And if you hold on to what isn't for you, then it will be taken from you so that you do move into your higher destiny. So if you're being stripped of something that you weren't ready to release, you're being told that when you release that, there are better days ahead. Yes, and I was feeling this. Legalities, 3D contracts, disputes, and escalations on the third dimension. This can definitely be a divorce, and it could actually be somebody who stepped out or cheated on a relationship, because I already had said something like that. But somebody may be dealing literally with the court system, and this could be a job, a boss being taken to court or losing it all some type of way. And yet there's that karmic response, 8888. So that's gathering courage and confidence to move through, recognizing the roles that we've played in something, for better or worse, and integrating the shadow, allowing other people to deal with their karma, and how fitting, yin yang. So that is counterpart, contradiction, balancing, counterbalancing, electromagnetic. Yin yang is it's the feminine and the masculine. It is the light and the dark, and witnessing that all things are seated within us, and not spending any time unduly blaming or pointing fingers or feeling victimized or caught up by something, or like, oh, this person cheated on me, I must not be good enough. Cheating is not about how good you are. It's about the other person's ability to have their own choices and accountability and their own restraint to honor a commitment that they made, right? So it isn't about you falling on your face. You still need to hold your head high and witness that everybody makes mistakes, and if that's it for you, then that's it for you. Somebody here needed freedom from a situation and is breaking free. So I need stability, a best friend and lover, partners, Earth. You deserve better than somebody that would put you into a feeling of not being enough, or not giving you the respect of saying, hey, I need to step out or step away, and letting you know and have that choice up front. Maybe some of you would be okay with it, but I suspect that most individuals here need stability, a best friend, lovers, partner, Earth. That's about it's about binding contracts, and about both people giving equally. And that yin yang electromagnetic is like choice and response. It's actions and reward, or actions and response. So something here legit. So there we go. Somebody was blocking. They may have mother issues. Trying to impress you. Shifting focus. Rebel black sheep. Return reunion. What would your best friend say? Local. Awakening wake up call. I'm sensing too that somebody here with the mother issues has blocked their own blessings by constantly needing freedom, and instead of honoring yourself or the contracts, they were trying to impress others and started shifting their focus away from the contract onto their karmic choices because of these mother issues. And it may also be that somebody was taking their animosity or blame or even grief and depression surrounding their mother, or loss of a mother, death of a mother, shifting that and projecting it onto somebody else to try to block their blessings, to become more impressive. They were doing it in a really messed up way. And this has karmic repercussions. So they have perhaps tried to shift the focus onto a scapegoat, and tried to block your blessings. But this is not going to work. This return reunion, it's like they were hoping that this would all earn them something to come back and some type of a way, but that return reunion is telling me like that they can't come back from this. This return is a return of the echo of their choices, and they have made their bed, and now they have to lie in it. So I am so sorry that y'all had to deal with something like that wasn't trauma bonding, be mine, codependence with Neptune. Meditation brings solutions. and will show you the way to take action moving forward, and show you your value, your approach, your sexiness, and yeah, it's all of your skills. Give thanks for even these mixed message blessings that come in forms that are hard to contend with. Somebody here sabotaged themselves with a negative mindset and with a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if they thought that that they could do better and then they stepped out, they may be contending with more than just what is obvious to you as far as their karmic response. I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm hearing STD, or like attracting another individual that is obsessive or clingy or something else, and that is their karma. So cleanse and clear your energy from any of that mess. And remember how incredible you are. The universe was just sending that tower to get that individual out of your energy, I feel, so that you could walk further on your path, because they were blocking your blessings. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun is another song lyric. Lots of songs today, so music is healing. So if you feel terrible about yourself, go and get yourself an awesome, uplifting playlist together and listen to some uplifting music. It's okay to cry and to feel sad when you're blindsided, but don't stay there. You're worth it, babe. All right, Capricorn, on our last three. Let's see if we can get through this. Capricorn, feeling your energy as a shiver behind the upper back and across my shoulders. So you've had a heavy burden. I just saw the 10 of Wands literally as I was sensing and feeling that. The words were already out of my mouth when I saw it flip. Capricorn, you are often found trying to succeed, trying to build upon your ambitions and to reach some type of pinnacle of excellence, and other times you're really bogged down with responsibility, taking on way too much because people know that you can, and so they throw it your way because they know that they can rely upon you. But just because you can get it done and you will get it done doesn't mean you should. Delegation, there's that 10 of Wands. I knew it would come out. All right, you're succeeding here. I'm seeing 8 of Swords is peeking out here under the deck. Where's that sunlight? Trust me, it says 8. And then this is the 6 of Wands, which is this triumph, victory, and being celebrated. You are the winner. So you've worked very hard for something. You've waited a very long time, and you nurtured this into its fruition. So the pentacles are still on the tree here, and this individual is feeling like sad and worn down. It's like you've worked so hard that now that it's time for your vacation or your moment in the sun, you're not even able to enjoy it. Capricorn, I'm seeing too somebody who wants to take something that isn't theirs because they're thinking that somebody else has it better than them. Somebody in particular that I'm seeing that looks like that. Interesting. Let's see what's under here. So I'm seeing the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Swords off the bat. Let's take them one by one. So this appears to me sometimes to be the epitomized successful father who did it all and provided and protected and took care of the family and never showed any type of pride in their son, or always said, well, why are you doing this or that? You should do this and that because that was good enough for me, and blah, 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 be like me. But subtly, you've got a different path to traverse, and by carrying all these expectations of this epitomized father, it's like this statue isn't real. That's not the real person. This is the hardened mask of someone who spent their entire life walking in social expectations of others, and now they're asking you to carry that torch, and look at you bent over trying to live up to these people's expectations instead of to walk in your dreams. You're like a slave to this. Do you see this, the hat of the serf? And oh no, I was seeing a rope belt instead of a leather belt. And then, yeah, it's like they're impoverished and they're working long hours into the night to try to make something happen. And in this type of a mentality, carrying the burdens of all these others, it's in effect creating bitterness within you, where you're envious and jealous of other individuals and justifying taking just a little, like taking the hotel towel. They don't need it. Believe me, I myself I loved the hotel beach towels at my hotel recently, and I would have loved to take one home with me, but it's still stealing. Hold up your end of the bargain. Don't fall into those traps. And if you do, and somebody calls you on that, don't fight. Do what's right. When it rhymes, it's usually from spirit. Yeah, there's somebody's jealous, and somebody is trying to spark some type of interaction. Like maybe you or they didn't give the other one the time of day, or they've been real elusive, or you've been trying to get somebody's attention and they haven't jumped at the invitation for attention, and now you're feeling combative. And if they won't be my friend, then they must be my enemy, and now I'm going to go to war, and I'm going to explode on them, and you owe me, and I'm justified, and da-da-da, I work so hard. You don't work for me, buddy. And even if they do work for you, their choice, their voice, their problem. So somebody here has been juggling and trying to adapt and change and move with whatever's coming their way, but they're feeling like life is passing them by and that they've gotten the short end of the stick. They're feeling out on a ledge, out on the pier, like they could tip over or fall out at any time. And then we have another two, the Two of Swords. Somebody's staying unaware. They've got that mask here. It's like they're trying to tap into their intuition, but somewhat in those choppy waters, they're just not able to reach peace and serenity here because they've crossed their hands, they've blocked their own blessings. They're feeling caught up in this island out there all by themselves in the middle of the storms, and they don't know who, how, or what has gotten them there, when it's ultimately an accumulation of our own choices. And here's that Four of Swords. Having a lot to say and not being able to say it. Somebody doesn't want to talk. Somebody is giving you the cold shoulder, and it's putting you into this situation of feeling isolated and abandoned or rejected. But don't become provocative and try to cause an argument here. I'm seeing that. And then the last card is this King of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing that what you really want is passion, creativity, and connectivity, but because of feeling this sense of rejection again and again, you're sitting on a high horse here sometimes, and it's blocking your blessings. And I believe it all comes back to that Ten of Wands. You're being You're being invited by Spirit to witness the oppressive weight of other people's expectations and the expectations that you're holding for yourself. Instead of letting yourself off the hook, instead of saying, oh, you must be busy, do you not want to talk right now? Or instead of taking the hint, and if somebody is busy doing their own thing, is it really attention from that one individual that will change the day? I mean, the King of Wands is somebody who is charismatic, social, and humanitarian, who's generous and passionate and interesting. And so instead of going to war with people who don't have time for you, you need to find out what those skills and gifts and blessings that you hold are, and going out and investing in those. Because rejection is God's protection. So it redirects us back into our heart space. 55, 55 on the timer, and 6666 on the table. So that sixes are karmic rebalancing and equity, equalizing. So taking from someone who has held too much and giving to someone who has gone without. There's an equalizing here. Heyoka empath, you may be really wearing masks for other individuals or asking for things in passive-aggressive ways, but the Heyoka empath has a lot of sadness that they're asked to work through, and they're working through this through others and attempting to be generous and available for others and to help others on their path. But if you're seeing this as something that's taking from you, then you're giving in the wrong way. You're giving with those strings attached. Instead of just mirroring and uplifting, you're mirroring and demanding. So there's a switch here, and I feel that it's father issues regarding a very stoic and materialistic type father. Even if he was emotional, it could be emotional instability, and he's carved his life in a certain way, and it could be feminine gender with the masculine issue as well, that has pushed us to, well, be a man, or, oh, don't cry, don't be a victim, or don't be so sensitive, or any of these messages. Whether we're female or male, whether they're female or male, we all have these polarities within us. And as we're being this Heyoka empath here or encountering them, they're going to reflect what we need. And we're going to hopefully reflect what they need. They want to come see you to resolve this. They're feeling guilty for taking something from you. It's like a thief in the night energy, where at the time they may have been under the influence or in an emotionally unstable state, and they thought it was cool to take this from you, but they know. They know. So, anything else for Capricorn? Lead with love. Even if it's not a loving situation, leading with compassion and love and forgiveness and mercy will allow that person not to hide their transgression, but to say, yeah, I really want to make that right. Maybe somebody with initials A, B, C, or D. There's spiritual intervention here, and luck and divine timing is on your side to build bridges that will create a lot of momentum, drive, and speed in the direction that you most desire. There's a lot of spiritual protection. Angel code 4444. You are protected. You may not feel worthy right now, but there is a lot of unity here and I'm seeing that Heyoka empath. Somebody else is reflecting the light and the dark of yourself, and how you handle this with the third chakra, solar plexus. Your will, authority, and autonomy here is going to either constrict or uplift your heart chakra. Yeah, Pluto here is coming in to say, you're not going to mess with me. You're not going to steal from me. We're going to get along or else. So it may also have to do with the Pisces, who may be scared of commitment. And then I'm seeing Aries, workaholic. The ancestors are sending messages and synchronicities. Throat chakra, it's being activated. You're going to have to speak up about something, and you're going to have to answer if you've done something wrong. And if you need to apologize, then do so. Diamond code activation. The stress from early situations and expectations has put you under a tremendous amount of pressure, and right now you're being invited to make that right, and absolve your own karma for yourself. So take that invitation. It will be so worth it to be that bigger person. Big love to you, all Cappies that are dealing with that. Forgive and release. It definitely has to do with going back to the childhood and walking your own individuated path for the highest. Yes. Create your own destiny. Magic or poison, healing or poison, you decide. All right, moving on. Aquarius. Okay, 4 of Wands popping out for you. That's been a popular card today. I'm feeling like this change and transition, remembering that self-belief, is helping you to move through an enormous I'm feeling a status change. For some of you, this may be a new commitment, a new job, a new relationship, but I'm seeing you re-emerging from a path that you were walking alone, and you're joining with someone else here, and you're playing some music, getting out of the house, you're taking charge, and it's a change for the better, for sure. You're spiraling up and out of a situation of unpredictability and feeling at the mercy of other situations, feeling that you had to perform for the crowd, or, press some kind of lever day after day for every pellet and nurturance that you were able to have. And here is this new soulmate blessing from the universe being shown to you. I don't know if you've just met someone. I'm seeing that they still have their masks on, trying to be what the other individual wants you to be, or what you expect them to want, versus being your own authentic, beautiful self. But it looks like there's a deepening connection, a choice to be made, whether to move forward into this sense of miraculous, magical connection, or staying put. And I don't think staying put is going to be an option. Oh. Under the deck, the Hanged Man, stagnancy, with the card of Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. It's time to move. What did I say? All right. Yes, you're being told that you can't stay stagnant forever. This opportunity will continue to move as change is the only constant. Under that is the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Yes. All right, Aquarius. You may be falling in love. And what's behind this stagnancy? The Queen of Pentacles. You're sensing somebody. This may be for the masculines out there who have found somebody who is wifey material, or if you're the feminine, this may be somebody who has been taking a pause before approaching, but they see commitment with you. They see you in their future. Oh, and then the Hierophant card is a card of commitment and listening to the higher powers. There's 2 keys here and 2 initiates listening in and trying to become enlightened. So maybe this, I'm sensing it's the Queen of Pentacles, but it very well could be this Magician or both of you that are teachers and leaders and spiritual leaders here. And let's see what else. The Ace of Wands, there is a lot of passion bubbling up from below the surface, and it's even, the lightning strike has struck that tree in the background and has caught it on fire. It's like that burning bush. What is the story of the burning bush? It spoke to Moses and told him about his destiny. So you may be receiving divine inspiration and divine insight about the path forward, and seeing and witnessing someone who's able, willing and able and ready to follow that path with you. And it's probably quite a bit scary to see something get lit up and turned to fire in front of you, and then to have a bush talk to you, like, oh my goodness, are you, like, we can be out in nature and see something that then it speaks to our heart and soul, right? And like two birds or two butterflies flittering around each other, it's like, it's time for connectivity and a reemergence into flirtation and lightness. And here we see this beautiful Nine of Pentacles in the broad daylight, shining forward, all of, in this card, her, but all of the abundance that she brings here, this white rabbit and the white dove. There's a lot of purity. It's like she's the maiden in the garden, and she has everything she needs, but she's waiting on that 10th pentacle. The Nine of Pentacles is abundance. It's enough to be autonomous, successful, and feeling that success on multiple levels. But then she's also got that bird in the hand that's coming to tell her that, oh, and look at that, the arbor, the bower here. And I always see this as like Virgin Mary, and look at that crown illumination. It's like you see her and it's like, woo! Right? There's something here where somebody's beauty and magic and potential is, it's all right there. And I'm sensing, Aquarius, that you may have met somebody that is the person of your dreams, or that you really want to marry or to move into a deeper connection with. And this definitely could be just a partnership on the material level too, a soul contract that has to do with work or friendship or mentoring in some type of a way. But there's passions being lit up. Okay, very beautiful. We have the Judgment card popping out over that family. It's like they're facing, I'm hearing it's Archangel Gabriel, in that solar energy of the sun and true happiness, true love. And see, they're standing on this very arid, cracked, foundational earth here, like not enough water. And I am so thirsty, I tell you what, and I'm almost out of water. But there's been a lot of imagery of this desert, and then being faced with this transition, this shift here, is going to help us to move into a place of more nurturance, more hydration in that literal sense, where it's a heightened consciousness, heightened emotions for the better, and it's being blessed. And this archangel here is like, come forward for your blessings, step through the portal, step through the bower into that commitment, that dedication, that discipline that's necessary. Remove the false mask of the clothing and be naked and unashamed and vulnerable. It's like they're saying, I see the future, and the future is with you. I got a little tremor in the pit of my stomach there. And then we have Ten of Pentacles, it's almost like, I often see this as a couple coming to the father to ask for the maiden's hand in marriage. So Ten of Pentacles is abundance. It can be workplace abundance or something like that, but to me it's the 10th pentacle to the 9th. So the maiden is maybe leaving the home of her birth and is excited to step through the bower into a commitment with her love, her lover, and to start a family of her own. And yeah, it's like asking the permission, meeting a parent. What is a parent to you? Under the deck, there's the Lovers. They're stepping into it together. They're going forth to create their own life from the initial attraction, deepening and moving forward, knowing that it's not all going to be downhill. It's not all going to be uphill. It's going to be a mixed bag, and it's going to take both individuals being alive, present, and connected to their earthly self, as well as transcending transcending that material into the transpersonal, the cosmic. It's like, now what can you provide for me? You're this beautiful, abundant maiden. You have so much to offer your wifey material. It's more about, what can I give? What can I share? What can we create together? Where can we go together? Yes, because the highest form of love isn't what we can receive. It's what we can share together, right? All right, Aquarius, that is gorgeous energy. Stepping into the new. So Aquarius, you still have Pluto in your sign. It's creating a lot of transformation here. Excuse me, I said Aquarius with Pluto. Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, but it's pushing into the sign of Aquarius. And so it's dipped its toe in a few times, but Pluto is transforming our Aquarians and those that are in the Aquarian vibration. And it's asking you to shift everything that you know into high gear to create this new beginning for you. Young male, something about coming of age. You're so hot. Heart chakra, 4. So yeah, somebody's falling in love, I feel. Romantic adventure. I wanted you to chase me. Long distance. This may have come a long way. Legalities, 3D contracts, dispute escalation. Coming to see you. And 6666. There's a rebalancing of karma and a lot of different messages. Maybe somebody with the initials QRS or T here. So maybe, this may be something coming back around where somebody is witnessing you after releasing you. It may have been a previous relationship in some type of a way. But maybe they're seeing you on a romantic adventure and opening your heart to love again, and they're happy for you. Yeah, because I'm feeling like this is maybe even an ex or somebody, friend, professional zone. So, and I don't want to tell anybody your business. I don't say that exes are good, viable opportunities for new love, but we do have the Judgment card here, which is often for some reconciliation energy. So even if you reconcile with an ex, this doesn't mean reviving the intimate romantic relationship, but reconciling differences can also happen. Like especially if you have children together or something, reconciling those differences can allow both individuals to lead a better life for the child. Yeah, they're respecting you, hands off, and there's a bonding that's happening behind the scenes, but with firm boundaries in place. Yeah, Wheel of the Year. Cycles are playing out. Something, this long distance seems to be a timing card where they didn't see your value in the past, but now they are. Date, getting to know you. Neptune, you feel like home. Venus, self-care. Synchronicity, luck, divine intervention, ascending master, taking a chance. Yep, very nice. So, yes, there's some type of new love going on, and somebody is happy that you've come to this point too. Somebody outside the situation is rooting you on, which is a little bit of a change from some of these other situations that we've been seeing. So that's really nice, Aquarius. I'm really glad that either you are rooting for someone or that they're rooting for you. I'm just seeing somebody is observing someone else that is falling in love. And then there's the couple that are falling in love. Beautiful. Thank you, Aquarius. Bringing in that higher vibe energy. We've been looking for that. Okay, Two of Wands popping out. Last sign, Pisces. Pisces, what are you dealing with today? As I recall, your last reading was a bit harsh, and I don't ever mean to bring you down or anything else. I only want to uplift you and help you and heal you, but I have to tell the messages as they come out. So if you've gone through a point where you fell back into some lower vibrational energies, it's time for a new start. This Page of Wands is getting back into their own flow. It's like behind them there's some pyramids, mountains, and a desert, and they're ready to move forward into their future. And I'm seeing them, the stance is like one of confidence and like squaring off the shoulders and kicking that cloak back over the shoulder, like, you know, I look dang good here in this pose. I'm just gonna power posing. Maybe you're re-encountering your value after chasing either an ex or a situation that its time is over, and now you're beginning to move forward. You're understanding that the time for something has passed, and now it's your time to invest in yourself. So here we have that judgment energy of reconciliation, but the divine is sending this messenger here, and yeah, there's a death and rebirth, and yeah, because you're seeing all of these graves. It's like wanting to resurrect something from the past and connect in that for prosperity and abundance, but only being there with your familiar dog or cat or pet or best friend. You know, your best friend is there, and sharing that time and space with them will help you to gain that good, positive, proactive perspective here. All right, Pisces, what else? What is this new venture about? Ooh, interesting. So here we see that Nine of Pentacles. So I don't know if you've met an Aquarius, because Aquarius just had this card, and you're coming up behind this individual, maybe watching behind the scenes, maybe sending initial messages from a distance, maybe a time zone difference for you, Pisces. And I'm seeing the two birds. There's a gentleman in the tower behind reaching out to his bird and she's reaching out for her bird. There's something coming in for you, so allow yourself to adapt to the change and release the remembrance of all of the would've, should've, could've with somebody that's an ex or an outdated situation that has passed its expiration date. You know, that old milk is just, you can make some cheese out of it, but that's about it. Speaking of cheesy, so underneath the deck we have Six of Wands, victory, success, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles, still looking back over your shoulder at what didn't quite produce the fruit that you gained. Look at all that smoke and smog and the cloudy vision. It's disclarity here. Still sitting there with your shovel, like maybe if I just changed up the soil or da-da-da. You need to take your blessings, put them in your satchel, and move forward to more fertile ground, because that rocky ground there is not suitable for much. There's not enough in that old situation to continue distracting yourself from where you're intended to go. Your path is so much greater than your exes and than those expired circumstances. So it is taking you a lot to close a door, and you're still looking back a little, but there is a new situation here. And even though this person may remind you of one or two exes, or may not remind you in the least, maybe this person is incredibly different, but your expectation was held so long that you're unable to recognize the blessing and the beauty of this individual until you finally release the past. Right? This past individual may have been a Scorpio. We have the Scorpionic card, the Five of Cups, and they're looking at the turned over cups instead of the Two of Cups behind them here. But there's a bridge. It's like, this is a card of grief, and grief is any change that we weren't expecting, that we're having a hard time integrating and moving forward with. But that bridge is building a bridge to your future, and witnessing that once we cross that river, it becomes easier and easier and easier, and letting yourself move forward, and letting yourself honor the ending, and do your energetic funeral for expired circumstances, to let those go. Do whatever ritual that you need to do to cut the energetic cords of expectation, and to only wish the highest and the best for all parties involved. Yeah, putting the death to the old situation. Something became clear to you with the eclipse. I'm going to say solar eclipse here, because that's the solar eclipse here. Possibly on May 15th. Just sensing that somebody had completely moved on, and that your time had passed, and finally releasing that old armor and allowing yourself to get into a new situation. And moving forward, there's a masculine and feminine in this boat healing together. So, yes, there's one more card here. Temperance. The backside of the Temperance, but it's a resolve to gather your courage, gather your grace, and move through this ending with grace and courage. And it's embracing the alchemy of self to create a better day and create a better situation for yourself. So what else? All right, Pisces. So far, so good. You're releasing and moving forward. You're missing someone. But don't miss this opportunity. bored easily. Your voice strikes a chord. Over the next 48 hours, there's some extreme healing with a young feminine. I wanted to say divine feminine. So it may be somebody younger, somebody that seems youthful and possibly even naive in some type of way, but there's divinity hiding. I don't want to lose myself again. Like, you're clinging to the past because you're afraid of having your heart hurt again, but every time you cling to someone who hasn't got what it takes for you, you're hurting yourself again and again. Trauma bonding. Yeah, you need to release the intensity of that situation. You've had enough of the pain and the suffering. It's time to move forward. Getting out of hermitage for a change. And again, that may mean just like your habits, your habitual haunts. Like if you only ever do one thing, only ever go to the bar scene, or only ever go to the gym, or only ever go and play hoops with the boys, or whatever you do, get out of your routine, shake things up, and maybe sometimes you can even ask the universe, okay, I'm not somebody who jumps out and goes into these social situations, so God, Source, Universe, all the powers that be, recognize my needs and my desires in this situation to not go out and be someone who I'm not comfortable being. Send this individual to cross my path. But then if you intend that, you need to open your eyes, and everybody that crosses your path, even if they don't appear to be your style, they can surprise you. So somebody here may be playing some games or invoking some tactics, stealthy, creeping up on somebody, still watching an ex. You're suppressing and repressing your energy when you're doing that type of subtle energy like that. You're triggering yourself with the old familiar rejection story, abandonment story. It's time for you to fall in love with somebody. So fall in love with someone that deserves you, and quit sabotaging yourself with this negative mindset or self-fulfilling prophecy like, oh, they're the only one for me, and oh, it was so great when we were together. Clear your space and energy so that the new can find you, because it wants to find you. This may be somebody with dark features, dark eyes, hair, or complexion. And so you're going to need to sort through any type of misgivings or misunderstandings, disclarity with that cognitive dissonance. Your heart and your mind are somewhat at odds. And you'll need to understand that sometimes your mind can play tricks on the heart, and sometimes the wounded heart can play tricks on the mind. Maybe a Capricorn trying to block your blessings. I don't know if I can keep my hands to myself. Cancer, that's an opposites attract energy. Somebody may be taking somebody else for granted, but if you can retrieve all of your power and soul, disowned soul parts and your own value, you will be able to recognize your blessings when they present themselves. Don't try to make yourself into someone that you're not to attract someone who's not into the real you. Rebel, black sheep, mask front. Shift your focus from that. You deserve and you need stability, a best friend and a lover, partners. Earth, something that stands the test of time. And it very much could be opposites attract with that yin-yang counterbalance, or a twin flame union where you counterbalance each other, and there will be that instantaneous recognition and telepathic bond that happens between you guys. So there you have it, Pisces. And for any that have watched the whole thing, I will just close off this reading with a few love notes from the universe. Check out the other readings. Most of them are intended to be timeless collective readings. So based on either the title or the energy. Find something that resonates, and it will probably have messages for you. So don't forget to like, love, share, and subscribe. Help us to get these channeled messages out to those that most need to hear them at this time. I heart you. How cute. If everyone really knew how much they were loved, not only from above, but by those in their life, there would be little hearts drawn on everything from wheelbarrows to skyscrapers to jumbo jets. And I so look forward to that day. Big heart, the universe. So if this individual is coming across in the Pisces reading, because you're probably the one still watching, as naive, maybe they're actually divinity in form. Of course, anger can always be justified, but then so can forgiveness. Just depends on how much more you want from the adventure. Go for God's, the universe. They chose you. See me in their eyes. You might not readily believe this. It might even spook you a bit. But there are those who chose this very lifetime, in large part knowing you'd be there, and that's what we call a reputation. Hugs, the universe. Wishing you all so much love and abundance in your life, in your now moment. So much gratitude for all of you guys who have come along this journey with me, and I would very much appreciate any of your likes, loves, shares, subscribes, and comments so that everybody can hear these messages. So take good care of yourself. We'll talk again real soon. Bye.